Here we are back at the 1968 International Ambassador. It's been a couple of years, or at least a year, maybe since my last post. So I figured I would bring everybody up to speed on where we are now. Getting ready to drive this refurbished frame underneath this body. So this is a pretty big step. It's a 1/2-inch marine grade plywood covered with fiberglass fabric and then coated with polyester resin. This is to ensure strength and also water resistance, because the body tends to sweat onto the floor, which has been an issue with a lot of Airstreams, whereas the floor rots out and the body starts to sag. We use self-drilling, self-tapping screws to attach the planks to the frame, and then we fiberglass over the whole thing. All of the seams lap in the middle of every other sheathing piece. So none of the seams line up, basically, is what I'm trying to say. The sheets are 4 feet wide and the fiberglass is 5 feet wide, so it works great. Anyways, so that's done. All of the windows and doors and everything has been out of this thing. It's all been refurbed, and then it's been re-butylened, and then it's been reinstalled. So that's pretty much where we are on this. You can see all the placards and all the marker lights have been replaced, and well, the marker lights have been replaced, but the placards have been sandblasted and then repainted and then put back on and resealed. So this is the back end. We polished a lot of this because it was just the trim was so close and so tight. There's just so many details that it was easier to polish it while this is all off. It's to the second phase of polishing, so it's not completely done. You can still see a lot of swirl marks. Those will go away in the final polish. And there's some odds and ends in body work, but we're going to do that all after this thing goes back in. So we're using a come along and a ground anchor to pull the frame back under. If you see here, there's the frame down there. It's got 2 come-alongs on it. And then at the front end, we've got like a sled set up so that the front ball can slide on a rail as it's being pulled backwards into the body area. So you can see there's a set of cribbings there, and then a plank, and then another set of cribbings in the back. And what we'll do is we'll move it like 8 feet very slowly, and then reset that up, and then move it another 8 feet until it's all the way in there. So that's basically where we're at on this phase. I figured I'd take a video now because this is always a good milestone that we're finally getting to after 2 years of these things sitting in 2 different places doing all the restoration work. And once this is underneath there, and then we'll transfer load from the 4 legs on the outside to the frame, and then we'll just remove the legs, or remove the beams. We'll probably leave this gantry set up because it's really handy for right now, and just remove all the scaffolding on the inside, the truss right through the middle, and all that other stuff. And then we'll have a nice open work area to finish our restoration. All right, thank you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.